It's Kelly Donahue-Piro here, reporting from my office, which is crazy because I feel like I've been on the road nonstop. So 2 days in my office feels luxurious. But we're going to talk this week about 4 things we should never hear in an agency. Yet we hear it all the time. So what are we going to do about that? We're going to go through a couple items, which let me pull up my handy dandy list. First up, my customers. Next up, I'm busy. Let me shop you, and that's not my job. So today's video is going to focus on the first one, my customers. This one is one that particularly just gets me kind of cringy. Like I've had to bite my tongue in many meetings as I hear this. So a lot of times the my customers comes in response to different strategies that we have with agencies, such as, my customers don't have bank accounts. My customers don't want to have EFT. My customers really care about price. And I'm always sitting there thinking, I'm like, out of all your customers, your 1,000 customers, how do they all feel the same way? I don't feel the same way as my family most of the time, let alone 1,000 people. And what we're really saying is, I don't want to. I wouldn't get on EFT. I wouldn't put telematics in my car. And those are really dangerous statements. The reality of the situation is they are not your customers. They are the agency's customers. And the agency has to think about all the thousands of customers, not just your customers in the way that your customers want it. In fact, a lot of times we do the my customer thing. We're holding on to customers that we may not even be profitable. We're shopping them all the time. We're taking payments all the time. We're doing all of these things, and the value that they see in you is either price or that you're jumping through hoops, which means that when we say yes to this one over-serviced customer, we say no to being able to review an under-serviced customer. And so my customers is such a dangerous statement in the agencies that we're trying really hard to break people of that. The reality is the owner owns the book of business, and we need to operate underneath their guiding principles. If you want it to be your customers, then you can go own an agency, in my opinion. But the reality is that the definition of good service must come from leadership. It can't come from each individual customer, and it can't come from each individual agent. That is clearly how we're going to lose this game. The idea is that people can't customize their service. We have to do things at a scalable level, otherwise we'll never survive. The things you did in the beginning of being an agent have to be burned off under the idea that someday you'll have 1,000 customers potentially, if not more. So your number one goal has got to be to not say my customers, say the agency's customers. And for almost all of us in insurance, we're here to execute the vision and the mission of the agency, not individual standards. And that's our 3-minute video today on one word we should never hear in the agency, which is my customers. They are the agency's customers. And if they are yours, then you bought them, and then you can do as you please with them. But if they're not, we have to follow agency process, procedures, and standards for true ultimate success as a team, as an agency, and as a collective. We'll see you in the next video where Heath Sharon will talk about the I'm busy word. See you soon.
Hi everyone, Kelly Donahue-Piro here. Glad that you've been enjoying our 3-minute videos. I want to stop and just talk to you for a second about your retention rate. One of our top blogs is how to calculate retention, which you can do a quick Google search and find. But it's more than that. It's how to stop people from canceling, how to make our jobs easier. And don't get me wrong, I don't think anyone's ever really come out in personal lines and small commercial and given you a good plan. So it's not your fault if you're struggling in this area, or you're thinking it's all price, it'll change. A lot of times in agencies, we find that without a clear strategy, we're sort of just bumping into things hoping for the best. And what I've learned in my time in insurance, which has been over 20 years, hope's not a strategy. So let's take a little different direction. Take a look at our agency performance pack. For $245 a month, you get all of our trainings, and you can actually cancel anytime, which means that you could get our renewal review course all recorded online with our workbook and all of our resources, and use it for a couple months and say, we've got it, Kel, and be gone. But we also have another course on how to reduce remarketing and boost retention, which is all about how to have a conversation on rate. You're going to find in these videos, we talk a lot about how we can't be scared of rate, that we're worth a little bit more, but we have to learn how to talk about it. And that's what this course is going to do. So if your team is craving understanding how to have a better time, how to have their clients have more fun, how to, go ahead and delight them and make them raving fans and have ridiculously amazing service, we've packaged it all up here for you. And listen, $245 a month to get all this, it's great. And we add a new course in every quarter. In fact, our last course was all about time management. Who couldn't use more time in their day? And our next course coming out July 2021 is actually going to be on how to overcome the top 10 objections. Your staff is your agency's biggest investment. So what are you feeding them to keep getting them to be the top team in the country? If you're not sure, check out this solution. I think you're going to like it.